last lecture, we have seen the topics like particle density, bulk density, then factors affecting the bulk density, then relationship between them, etc. If you didn't watch the video, please do watch, and link of that video will be given in the description box. Today we can discuss about the total porosity. Total porosity. It's related to the bulk density. So why we are measuring soil bulk density? Because its value can be used to calculate this total porosity or pore space. So we can go to detail. We have discussed about the pore space in the previous lectures. You can watch that. I think it's in soil texture or soil structure, that video. So the total porosity, the total porosity, it means the volume occupied by the pores per unit volume of soil. Per unit volume of soil. It is expressed as percentage. So it is the index of pore volume of the soil. So the word relative means in relation to something. That means like when compared to the total volume of the soil, how much volume is occupied by the pores. That is a total porosity. Next point to study is the range of total porosity, that is 30 to 60 percentage. So out of 100 percentage volume of the soil, 30 to 60 percentage of it is pores. So as a fraction, when we say it is 0.3 to 0.6. So 30 to 60 percentage means as a fraction it is 0.3 to 0.6. So next point is you have to understand this box. I'm telling it continuously. I think you will get bored, but you have to understand this concept. So in the case of coarse textured soil, that is sandy soil, you have studied that coarse textured soil is sandy soil. Macropore, that is large size pores, are more. While in fine textured soil like a clay soil, macropore will be less, but micropore will be more. These are small sized pores. That is micropore. They are more. So when it comes to porosity, that is, it will be high for the fine textured soil because it consists of small pores. Their number will be more. So many small pore as a whole, it will make a more volume of pore space. So hence we know. So we can say in coarse textured soil, because of the presence of large porosity is low, and the micropores, because of their small size, it can accommodate more pore, and its porosity will be high. And we all also know that pore space directly control the amount of water and air in the soil, and that means micropore will retain water while macropore will allow the movement of water through it and also facilitate the aeration. You know that hence the pore space indirectly influences the plant growth also. Okay, so let's look how we can calculate the porosity through equation of bulk density and particle density. 1 minus bulk density divided by particle density whole into 100. So the equations comes like this: 1 minus, upside it is bulk density and down it is particle density, then into 100. When we convert into percentage, we have to multiply with the 100. So another point to remember is that for the soil with same particle density, the lower the bulk density, the higher the percentage pore space, that is total porosity. So I will explain this, how it comes, how the sentence come. If the sentence come for the exam, you have to read thoroughly, understand the concept, and say whether it is true or false. So remember this point. Bulk density lower means what? Bulk density actually means mass by volume, including pores. Volume including pore. So bulk density and volume will be inversely proportional. That is, if bulk density is less, volume including pore will be more. Volume including pore means what? Porosity. So bulk density and porosity are inversely related. So from this we have to understand that higher pore space that indicates the soil is uncompacted, that is no compaction, well granulated and undisturbed natural vegetation. So when the soil gets disturbed, bulk density increases. Remember that. Okay. Then another thing before this, I have to say from this point, I forgot to discuss why this come. Is it okay? So in fine textured soil, that is clay soil, porosity is high. The reason we have seen, but another word it is there, variable. Why that variable come? So in clay soil, total porosity is high, but it is variable. Why? So because clay soils will have a property like swelling, shrinkage, or alternate wetting and drying. That means alternate swelling and shrinkage. Then it forms aggregates. It disperses according to some conditions. And according to the depending upon the moisture condition, it gets compacted. Then it forms crack as a result of wetting and drying, etc. So according to the situation, according to whether there is wetting or drying, whether there is compaction or granulation, aggregation, the pores will vary. The pore size or the amount of number of pores that will vary. So porosity is high in fine textured soil, but it is variable. That is a thing you have to understand from here. This so the porosity is high and variable in fine textured soil. And another thing, another point is that macropore about macropore and micropore. Macropores are water conducting pores which is larger than 0.06 millimeter in diameter. So because of its size, it allows a easy movement of water and air. But micropores are water retaining or capillary pores. That is, they are smaller than 0.06 millimeter and they will not allow the easy movement of air and water. Water and air movements are restricted to some extent in micropores. So if a sentence comes like water and air movements are restricted in the micropores and water and air movements are restricted to some extent in micropore, you have to understand that this is a more accurate sentence to some extent in the micropores. It will allow, but uh, it is restricted to some extent, but it will allow in some cases. Okay. Then next point is that equal proportion of both macro and micropores are ideal for optimum aeration, permeability, drainage, water retention, favorable physical condition for optimum plant growth, etc. So optimum plant growth, for optimum plant growth, these should be there. Uh, Proper aeration, permeability of water, the permeability of nutrients, then drainage, water retention, etc. So for that, equal proportion of macro and micropores are needed. Okay. Then distribution of different sized pores is more important for the crop production than total porosity of the soil. So in case of plant growth, total porosity will have is having less importance in the crop production because their distribution is more important. If there is equal proportion, equal distribution of macro and micro, it is ideal. But if there is more macropore, what happens? Nutrients and water will not be retained. Plants will not get that. If there is more micropore, water logging will be there. Water submerged conditions will be there. That is a point you have to understand. So one of the important point is that porosity of the soil can be easily altered. We know texture can't be altered, structure can be altered. Like that, porosity can be altered. Like porosity and bulk density have a connection. So, if we improve the bulk density, or if we improve, it means like if we add organic matter, bulk density will be decreased. Hence, we can increase the porosity. We can see in the next slides how we can do that. Then next is we can look the factors affecting the porosity. So for a good plant growth, we know that ideal condition is medium textured soil, well granulated surface soil, etc. So out of the total volume of soil, 50% should be pore space. We know that. So in that 50%, half is filled with water and half is filled with air. So when it comes to the soil structure, granular and clumpy structure will be more porous. We know granular and crumbly structure is more porous, but less porous are prismatic and platy. And when it comes to the texture, fine textured clay and clay loam are more porous, while sandy soils are less porous. And addition of organic matter. So if the soil have a high organic matter, it becomes more porous than less organic matter. So it is the importance of addition of organic matter. Then surface soil are more porous compared to the subsoil and increase in the depth. Then fallow soil, that means undisturbed soil. When we will do not do any agricultural practice for more time, more years, it is known as fallow soil. So when we do cropping, the porosity decreases. That is the meaning of this. Fallow soil will be more porous than intensively cropped area. Then puddling makes the soil compact. We know that. So fine textured clay and clay loam will be having more porosity, and organic matter also increases the porosity. So I think you know the reason why, because it decreases the bulk density of the soil. Actually, porosity and bulk density are inversely proportional. You know that. So okay, so that is the reason why organic matter will increase the porosity of the soil. So this is some of the pores. Actually, the porosity range is between 30 to 60. You have seen here 30 to 60. So if a soil have a 25% porosity, it means that it is compacted, and 60% means it is well aggregated. So 60% porosity means soil is very well aggregated. It is rich in organic matter and it is from surface. Okay. So this is about the porosity. So this is an important point. It can be easily altered. And this picture is just for making you understand about the pores. The first one is the pores between the primary particles, that is sand, silt, and clay. So this size and shape of these pores, this is pores. So this depends upon the size, shape, and the arrangement of these primary particles. Second one is the pores between this. These are some pores. They are between the ped. You know, ped is a unit of soil. So it looks like cracks between the prismatic structure that we have studied. So it can be plain in structure or it can be regular like this. The next is the pores, which is formed by the earthworms, insect, and some like plant roots also. That pores are known as biopore. They are made by biological organisms, so they are known as biopore. So they look like the channels, like water channels. You can see that. So this is a plant root. Next picture is of plant root. It is the plant root didn't penetrate through that thing, because it is the reason is that the structure or this bed is very hard. So the plant roots will concentrate on the surface only. So this is all about the total porosity. Remaining thing I will do in another video. So meanwhile, we have studied about bulk density, particle density, then specific volume, then total porosity. Okay, so if you have any doubt, you can ask as comment. If you didn't subscribe my channel, you please do and share it with your friends. I'm very glad to exchange my knowledge, available knowledge, and also at the same time prepare myself. Okay, so I'm glad that you are liking my videos. If you have any suggestions, you can say. And if you want the notes, please do comment, or please let me know. If you comment, or if you comment only, I can understand whether you need a notes or not. So stay tuned. Uh, okay, thank you.